All right, we have passed the midway mark for January of 2020. How are you guys feeling about this month? You can just nod yes or no whether you think it's good or not, because I think it's going amazing, and I want to talk about some of the things that are happening that are amazing, and then also some ways to kind of strengthen our businesses as a whole. So you guys know that we have this call every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I know a lot of ladies are in the Midwest and in the West Coast, so sometimes they're not able to get off work in time to make it. But there is the after party or the replay or whatever you want to call it on our YouTube page. So just know that those are always available to you. If you can't make the Thursday night 8:30, the replay will be posted on our YouTube page, so you can always still get the good information. Don't feel like you're going to miss out if you have an appointment or something like that. We are in the middle of the 20 and 30. Some of you are participating in it. I don't know how many exactly, but the 20 and 30 was the Eric Worre training. It's a complete hyper focus of trying to recruit people to your team and to build a business. To date, my best month ever has only been 7. So 20 and 30 in a month was a huge goal for me. As of right now, January 16th, I've got 5 or 6. So I imagine that I'll beat my goal this month, but I'm not expecting hitting the 20. And for a split second, I wanted to ding myself about that. I wanted to beat myself up about it and rake myself over the coals. But then I remembered I have to practice what I preach as a leader. And the truth is, it'll still be one of my best recruiting months ever because of the effort that I put in. And just because I don't harvest the seeds this month doesn't mean I won't harvest them next month or in March or in April. And sometimes you just have to be patient. The fruit is the last thing to bloom on the tree. You got to get all the other parts of the tree together before the fruit actually starts to be able to harvest. So just remember, our impatience is our personal struggle. So the more patient we can be in the business, the more that we can cultivate the activity and the work, the better we're going to be in the long run, right? So not thinking sprints, but thinking marathon in this business. So one of the things that has happened to me, because I was focused solely on growing my business this month, I was sitting on $9 in PRS as of yesterday, you guys. It was embarrassing. I was going to come on this team call and be ashamed to call myself your leader because I only had $9 in sales, and I have never had a month like this. But what happens when you get tunnel vision and you focus on one part of your business, other things naturally start to drop down. If you think about it like a scale, right? Where am I putting my weight? If I'm putting my weight in this hand, then this one's going to get a little lighter. So it made perfect sense that my sales were not where they should be because I was focused solely on recruiting. I want you to expect that, and so you remember that it's all part of the bigger picture. Yes. And then today I decided I was going to have a flash sale. I decided I was going to reach out to my customers and do some follow-up. I have $400 in orders just from today's effort. And I'm not saying that to brag, but what I'm saying that for is because I paid 0 attention to sales, and so I had 0 sales. I paid 100% attention to sales, and I got sales. And I want you to just ask yourself if you're doing the things that you know that you're supposed to be doing. Are you in your messenger? Are you doing the flash sales? Are you doing the affiliate links? Are you trying to host the beauty boot camps and the play dates? Are you looking for vendor events? Or are you hoping and wishing and praying that the 3 posts you made this week are going to be what's going to get you some sales? Because the truth is, I have been posting about products every single day, but I haven't had sales until I got into my messenger. And as soon as I got into my messenger, I wish I could show you guys this. Let me just see. I'm gonna show you all these pink Post-its are the sales I got today. I had no Post-its on my desk when I started. So 1, 2, 3, 7 orders. I had 7 customers order from me the moment I pivoted my focus from recruiting to sales. And I just want you guys to remember, sometimes we can be spread too thin, but if we can consolidate our energy in small bursts, say you gave yourself 1 hour to focus on recruiting, I bet you would see some results. And then the next day, if you gave yourself 1 hour to focus on sales, I bet you would see some results. But what happens is we're spread too thin. So we're sprinkling 6 minutes here, then we're looking for 10 minutes there. And because we haven't given it any solid consideration, we're not really harvesting. I hope that makes sense. So I know that we tote that this business overlays your life and you get it in where you can fit it in, and that's 100% true. But there is something very valuable about chunking up your time so that you can really start to get the wheels spinning. Because I'll tell you, when I start working my business, the first 15 to 20 minutes is kind of like brain fog. And it's kind of like me trying to remember who I sent a message to last and what I said to so-and-so last, and I'm just catching back up. It's kind of like when I read a book. If I lay in bed at night, I pick up my book, I'm 5 sentences in, and then I'm dozing off. So tomorrow when I sit down in bed and I pick up my book, I got to reread the last 3 sentences to even know what's happening, like to even be able to continue tonight. So the same thing happens with my business. If I only give it a little bit of time, I'm using most of that just catching up with what I need to refresh my mind on. So maybe try seeing what happens if you give like 1 solid hour on each day. If you can dedicate 1 hour to recruiting on Monday, and 1 hour to sales on Tuesday, and 1 hour to parties on Wednesday, and 1 hour to customer follow-up on Thursday, see how your business changes and how you start to cultivate different results. It's the same as going live at 6 a.m. versus 6 p.m. You're going to get different results. You're going to have different people on those lives. You're going to have different volumes. So the same thing happens with your business as far as your dedication of time as well. Okay, so that was a long-winded rant. What I want to move into right now is flash sales. Since that's what I was focused on today, I thought it might be a nice reminder for some of you that have been around for a while, but for those of you that are new, that haven't been with Younique for very long, I want to talk about this idea of a flash sale and give you some of my best tips and tricks. So the first thing that I want to say is that with a flash sale, it's designed to lure in customers that have been on the fence for a little while. So if you've been sending a lot of messages and you haven't been getting a lot of responses, or if a lot of your responses have been, oh, I just don't have that money right now, or I gotta wait till my next paycheck, a flash sale might be something you want to give a try, because it's the shiny little thing that we all navigate towards, the sale sign. You know, it's our favorite word. So maybe if you haven't been getting a lot of sales, it might be time to do a flash sale or a trunk sale. It's also a great time to consider doing that because our collections are on sale. And when our collections are on sale, that means you can give an even deeper discount to your clients, your friends, and your family. And also the kudos. I would say the first thing about running a flash sale, the most important thing in my experience, is to be organized. You do not want to have a flash sale and not have some system in place to keep track of the feeding frenzy that you hope is going to ensue. So let's be proactive in being organized. I personally, at this point, am doing Post-it notes where I write the person's name with what they order, and then I make little notes next to it, like ordered, paid, shipped, so that I know. And then once the product comes, then I have all these laid out, and then I package up the orders. Another thing that you could do is you could do an Excel system, an Excel spreadsheet, or you could do, Holly does all of her flash sales on the notes section of her phone. She just keeps things organized in the notes section of her phone. So there's lots of ways to stay organized. I would say just have a system in place. A system is better than no system. The worst thing that could happen is a box shows up with $300 in products and you have no idea who it goes to and where and how to send it out. So be organized with that and make sure that you have some sort of system in place. What I did in the beginning when I first got started, before I was bougie enough to buy Post-its, I just used paper and I folded it into quarters and cut it into quarter pieces, and I just wrote on quarter pieces of paper. So don't feel like you have to have Post-its. I just like the Post-its because they stick nicely onto the bubble wrap packages. So it helps me know what packages are going to who. Advertise ahead of time. This is something that a lot of presenters sleep on. I start marketing and advertising my flash sales up to a week ahead of time. That way people know when and where you're going to be live or in the messenger or in the group. They know to carve that time out. You guys know everybody's busy. You know we got a lot going on. So we want to make sure that we're telling them over and over and over again, flash sale Sunday, 7 p.m. Flash sale Sunday, 7 p.m. It takes 10 to 15 times for something to sink into somebody's brain. So the sooner you can start campaigning your flash sale, the better you're going to have with results with getting people into that event. Another way is to make sure that you're messaging all your customers and letting them know that you're having this flash sale. Some of you are afraid of Messenger, but I'm going to tell you right now, the money is made in the Messenger. The second you start messaging your old clients, your past customers from Black Friday or whatnot, and you're like, hey, Black Friday was cool, but I'm having a flash sale. You interested? They might be needing refills. So look out for their best interest, let them know you're having a sale, and start marketing it at least a week ahead of time, if at least 2 to 3 days ahead of time, if not a week ahead of time is what I wanted to say. So my flash sale is going to be on Sunday. It's Thursday, so I'm working about 3 days ahead of time because I'm in the pre-cruise swirl. So I don't have time to plan anything out a week in advance. Another thing that I wanted to say about flash sales is that it's important that we commit as a team to not losing money on doing flash sales. Do not give away the house, the car, and the dog to get the sale. We do not need it that bad. We don't need to slash the prices that hard that we're paying for it out of pocket. I use my YCash to help cover any of the products that I'm discounting. I use the collections and I break them up and I make sure every item in the collection is spoken for before I run the deal. I use my cash and carry items to help fill in the products that my customers are wanting. Do not feel like you have to overextend yourself to make these deals that good. A sale is good enough. 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever you can offer is more than enough. You do not have to bend over backwards, except for when it comes to customer service. When it comes to making the packages look pretty, writing a handwritten note, then you want to go over the top, then you want to do extra. That's the place to do it. But you don't want to lose money having a flash sale. Make it pretty, add some stickers, put a handwritten note on it. They're going to feel loved, and that's all you want. That's the experience you want them to take away from your flash sale. Make it fun. Let them know that you appreciate them. That's all you got to do. So you can break up the kudos. You can break up any of the collections. The collections are on sale through the end of the month. They're an additional 15% off. So you go through, you look at all the items, you make graphics, and then you sell those. Same for the kudos. For me personally, I'm doing a trunk sale. So I fill my trunk when the collections are on sale. I fill it with the free products that I get from corporate. I take my Y Cash. Right now I've got almost $600 in Y Cash. I'll take a couple hundred of that and restock my mascara supply. That's how you convert your Y Cash to cash cash. You buy products with it, and then you sell those products, and then you take all the money that you got from the products and you buy more products. So now you got PRS out of your Y Cash. So that is the smartest way to work your business. If you're sitting on any kind of Y Cash, $200-$300 in Y Cash, you recycle it. Okay, buy some products that you know that your close network will use, sell it to them, even at a small sale price is fine, and then you rebuy with that money that you get, and that's how you turn your Y Cash into PRS. All right, so those are some of my best tips for flash sales. I would love any of the leaders that are on right now, if each of you like maybe want to throw in one thing that you do that has been successful. I am sure that the people listening would love to hear that. So let me start with Rachel as one of our green status presenters on the team. Oh, go ahead.
So I always just make sure that I always go crazy with like handwritten notes. I feel like it's the biggest thing. I've gotten so much feedback over a silly note. Because I honestly thought about just typing something out so that way it was easy. I could just cut them up and just stuck them in there. But so many people love the fact that they get a handwritten note from me, and it's just crazy. It's like a handwritten note. It's not anything special to me, I guess, but to them, people love that. I've gotten so many people who take a picture of it with their products and then will put it on Facebook and tag me in it and go, oh my God, I love this note so much. It made my day. And it's not like one or two, it's a lot. So it's something so simple that makes a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, I think the little extras, another thing that I do sometimes is I throw in little pieces of candy, or I'll drop in a 99-cent blending bud, or one of my leftover brushes from my Morphe Brush Club. Just occasionally I'll sprinkle in a little thing. If they're ordering from me consistently, I just want to make them feel loved, and so I'll just sprinkle stuff in pretty frequently. If like every third order they get something extra from me, a little bit of candy, or a mask sample, or a brush from the Morphe Brush Club. So those are some good ideas as well. Holly, how about you? Holly with a Y, with over $100,000 in PRS. I would say that you are one of the strongest sellers I've ever met. So,
oh wow,
what is
thanks,
your
babe?
You're welcome. So what is your like success for flash sales tips?
So for flash sales, I definitely don't do them too often, because then people expect them. So don't make it a monthly thing that at the end of every month you're going to do a flash sale to hit a goal or to hit a status or whatever. Like, I have an internal like goal of what I want to, I have a minimum of what I want to hit every single month. I might not hit that for the first time in 2.5 years this month, but that's okay. Huh?
So there's still plenty of time left.
I know. I'm going to work on it. So I might have a flash sale, because I honestly have not had one in forever. So I just really think it's important not to do them too often, because then people are going to expect them, and people are going to buy from you on a regular, because they're just like, oh, she'll have a sale in 2 weeks anyway. So it's kind of like Kohl's. Who goes to Kohl's without a coupon? Nobody, because in a week they're going to send you another one, and you're going to buy something. You'll be like, damn it, I should have waited for the coupon. So don't do them too often. And I think everything else that I've learned from Marie. So everything she said about advertising it, build it up, make it a big deal, make it secret. I do my trunk sales on my Facebook wall, and I just set it all up privately and tell everybody about it privately, about the discount, because you can't post discounts on your main wall. So if you have something that you have on sale, tell people on your main wall that you have a secret, and like put a mystery on there or something like that to get it in Messenger, because that's where, like she said, that's where everything happens. That's where everything happens. I mean, she just said she did $400 in sales today, just in Messenger. So that's where it is. Follow up.
Yeah. Follow up for sure, and also being in Messenger in general is if you're not living in your Messenger, like everything else is secondary. Messenger is primary. And what Holly just said for sure about not doing them too often, I only do them quarterly, and I even call them sometimes quarterly. I haven't done one. Well, I did the Black Friday specials, but that was the Black Friday specials. But before that, I hadn't done one since Christmas in July. So I don't do them that often, like maybe twice a year, 3 times most. A big sale where you're discounting things, and you want to go back to your OG customers and let them know, hey, if you got any friends, this is another pro tip, if you got any friends that are looking to get some makeup, let them know about my flash sale, because you know how I do, boo. You know it's going to be great. You know I'm going to give you 30% off. Like, let's hook your sister up, let's hook your friend up, let's hook your niece up, whatever, so don't be afraid to go back to customers that might not need anything, like customers that ordered from you last month, and you look and you know that they're stocked up. You could still like message them and say, hey, you got any friends that would be interested in my flash sale? That's not a bad deal either, because they already love the products. That's why they spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars with you in the past. So don't be afraid to ask them for a referral. I want to add in our Blue status presenter, April, too, because to get to Blue status, for those of you that are new and listening to this team call for the first time, you have to have over $4,000 in team sales. And April did that, and she carried a very big chunk of that herself, and she was all or nothing. I think your total PRS that month was what, like $3,000 or something like that, April? So April knows how to sell some things too. Why don't you tell us what one of the things that you found successful in a flash sale?
I never actually did a flash sale, honestly. I've attempted twice and I had no sales at all. So I really was discouraged. I tried a flash sale once where I broke down the collections when they were on sale. And I think I sold one foundation, which I ended up paying with YCash for that, because obviously I didn't order the collection. And then I tried to do a trunk sale in Messenger, which was a complete bust as well. So when I hit Blue status, I lived in Messenger. I literally messaged every person that ever bought from me in 2 years, telling them, like, I'm running for a promotion, and if you need anything, I'm here for you, and what can I do? A lot of it was Black Friday. I had a lot of Black Friday sales. And then I really just didn't care about the no's. I literally messaged probably everybody in my friends list that was female and breathing, and offered them, anything. Like, I don't even remember what the kudos was. I think it was the eyeshadow quad. Yeah. And that was like a really good kudos. I think I talked mostly about the kudos, and I had a lot of first-time customers from that kudos. So the fact that it was in November, it was Black Friday, we had a really, really good kudos deal going on, and people have been watching me and, like, standing by me and supporting me. I even have people that have told me, the next time you're running for a promotion, let me know. I'll definitely help you out. So yeah, those are the people I know not to hit that. Like, they bought for me when I hit pink for the first time, and they bought for me when I hit blue, because I was running for a promotion, and they support me and watch me and wanted to help me. And it's really just because they see that I show up every day, that, I feel like at some point, people, if you're messaging the same people over and over and over and over, they're like, stop messaging me. They don't, you know what I mean?
The well runs dry.
Yeah. So it's like, you really have to show up. You have to go live. You have to be motivational. You have to be like positive. And the people that are watching and following me now are watching me and following me, I believe, because of that. And it's because I've stopped, now that Black Friday and running for blue is over, I've stopped the messaging. And obviously it's reflected in my sales that I've stopped messaging. But I kind of feel like I'm really building a network now, just from other things, from, you know, they see my lives, they see me showing up every day. I'm still posting every day. I'm still being positive every day. I'm even trying to like let people more into my life than I was in the past. You know, talking about my struggles with my diabetes and my, you know, working at night and just everything, just letting people see more of who I am. I feel like is building my network bigger. So flash sales, I really can't comment on because I don't have any luck with them. It's another, I want to try to do something with that again now that my network is bigger. But you just have to show up every day. People are waiting to see you quit. They're waiting to see you fail. And I feel like the people that have seen me stick through and stick around, now they're like, holy, like maybe she really is legit and I should buy something from her, because I'm getting a lot of, in the last couple of months, I've gotten a lot of new customers. Like where before when I was Pink, I had my old customers and they were supportive and standing by me. And now since I've got to Blue, my customers are now more new people. So it's just a matter of being consistent, doing the damn things every day, showing up every day, getting into Messenger, because I'll tell you for a fact, I've never made $1 out of Messenger. Every dime of PRS I've ever made was because I went into Messenger and worked for it, you know? So definitely Messenger.
I agree 100%. There's this quote that I always remember: your success lies in the 1 to 2 things that you're avoiding. It's the tasks that you know that you should be doing that you're not. And for most of us, it's either going live or getting in Messenger. These are the 2 hurdles that I've seen with presenters. They're either not going live and showing their personality, or they're not getting in Messenger. And maybe it's something else and only you know, but it's in the 1 to 2 things that you're avoiding, the 1 to 2 things that you're not doing that you know you should be. So
on that note, I know for a fact that I've had some of my best lives this month, and they were skincare lives, because I've tried to do like 4 skincare lives. And I had the most viewers and I had the most comments and the most everything on them. But what I didn't do was go back the next day and message all those people. And had I messaged all those people the next day, I probably would have sold quite a bit of skincare collections, because they are
back. There's no such thing as too late.
I plan on going back. I mean, I really do plan on it. But I personally directed my focus towards other things in the beginning of the month, and I was like so consumed with new year, new me, new everything. Like I overachieved myself, and I let this fall. And I know in my mind I let it fall, and now I have to go back and pick up the pieces. So like I went live, I want to say 3 or 4 times, and used the iArsenal collection. And I had a lot of good feedback on that one, as on those as well. And I should have went back into Messenger and messaged everybody that about that live with the iArsenal. What can I get you? You know, whatever. And I didn't. So my sale, I could have a ton of sales right now if I had done what I know I should have done, but I didn't. So now I can't be upset with myself because I'm sitting on a big 0 on the 16th because I did it to myself, because I didn't go back into Messenger like I know I should have. And I, you know, now my recovery plan is I got to go back and I got to get into Messenger and I got to message all those people about the skincare collection, about the iArsenal collection, about these things that are going on, in order to get the sales that I need, because I personally don't want to sit on a 0 for the rest of the month.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to be on 0 at the end of the month. So I think those were actually really good sales tips, even though it wasn't flash sale tips. Everything that you said, April, was super valuable and something to remember. Sometimes we just need a nice reminder. I want to open it up really quick, and then we'll get off here because I know I'm fading fast, for questions. So Kelly, Nancy, iPhone, and whoever 2183 is, if you guys have any questions, you would have to just speak now or forever hold your peace. Kelly's good. She gave us the I'm good sign. What about you, Nancy? You got any questions? Are you good too? You're muted, baby. Go ahead, say it again.
No, I said I'm good. I just have to light a fire underneath my ass.
Do the damn thing.
But yeah, just to do it.
All right, iPhone, you want to talk? I'm totally busting people out. I don't even know who this iPhone is. Let me see if I can see a number. Oh, ask to start video. They're going to come on and be like, who's the iPhone? All right, I won't bust you out. I can't tell who it is, so anonymous on the team call. And the 443 is somebody in Maryland, so maybe it's one of the newbies that have just joined. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for showing up for your business. This is a time commitment. You don't have to do it, but the fact that you do it says something to the universe and to the leadership team about what you are committing to this business. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for all of that. Good night, beautiful girl. I think it's your bedtime. And then we will talk to you guys later.